Hello, everybody. How you doing? Happy Monday. We made it. Hang on, I forgot. Some old box out here for my wine glass. My OGP, Olive Garden pour here. How's it going? While I'm waiting on people to join, remind you to go to coopedup.com, sign up for my email updates and all that. I am going to be sending out an email next day or two that has some vacation photos in it, as well as that time I did marbled Easter eggs. They were so beautiful. And you will want to do them yourself too. So go there and sign up for my email, and you will get the info. If you're on other social channels, I'm cooped up in those places, and be sure to click the bell so that you get notified that I am here and going live and all that kind of stuff. So with that, let's get rolling. First comment. Hi, Mama. Happy birthday. It's my mama's birthday, y'all. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. We won't tell people how old or young. You're actually pretty young. They can do math. That you were 20 when you had me, Mom. And people generally know how it is. So I have a very young mama. So I would have invited her on, but she is terribly shy. And I don't, so it's so weird. So my mom is very shy, doesn't like doing stuff like this at all. Like she's very supportive, likes the idea and all that kind of stuff. But she has two children who are the biggest hams in the world. So me, obviously, and my little brother, Houston, who's technically my half brother, but I don't get into that. Houston Carson, if you Google him, you'll see that he is a former professional wrestler who is retired now, and he runs a wrestling studio and school, and they produce all these events and stuff, very, very over the top and all that kind of stuff. So that's two of us. And then we have my sister Monica, who is in between us, who is more shy and reserved than either of us. But she's not all that shy and reserved. But anyway, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mama Cooper. Happy birthday, says Sam. Happy birthday, says Kathy. Everyone saying happy birthday to my mama today. Said, Mama, tell us what you're doing today for your birthday. I haven't talked to you yet today. I've just texted you. Sent you a happy birthday with the other mama in my life, Miss O right there. Happy birthday. I think that's what I sent you today. Anyway. So, but I hope you're having a good day. Well, I'll stop talking about you at some point, I promise. Actually, I woke up this morning. So yesterday, Todd arrived with Gracie. Big day. I was gonna do a live broadcast from Gracie and show you around and all that kind of stuff, but we ended up taking her directly to the storage place. Then we switched out all of the belongings between the two. No, Carrie, no, she does not share a birthday with Mama O. It's just that's my go-to birthday meme that I send to people is Oprah saying happy birthday. The So we switched all the stuff. It took like 4 hours, and I was beat to hell afterwards. Came home, had a couple glasses of wine. I think we were in bed by like 9:30 last night. Slept like the dead, which was good. But then I woke up at like 6 this morning, oh, Suzanne's watching. It's her birthday too. Another one of my super faves, Suzanne Gentry Flodine. Known her my entire adult life, pretty much. One of my inspirations for starting my PR firm, actually. So happy birthday, Suzanne. So this morning I woke up at about 6, which is early for me. I normally wake up. I have an alarm that goes off at 6:30, and then I usually roll out of bed at 6:45 or so. But like by 5:30, I was actually starting to stir. And at 6, I was like, fuck this, I'm going to get out of bed. So I did. And I was like, okay, good. Took a shower, did some laundry. This is all before anyone else woke up. Did some laundry, ate something, like was getting stuff done, like rocking the world. I was like, this is going to be a good day. So then kids get up, get ready. It's their first day back at school after 2 weeks off for spring break. I go outside, take the kids to school. By the time I get home, I feel like hot garbage. The allergies are so bad today here in Dallas. It's like any measure of allergies is like high, all of them. So I got home and I hadn't taken a Claritin yet because I was too busy doing all my other shit that I don't normally do in the mornings. So I took the Claritin. I was starting to get a headache. I get a headache like I can feel like a specific nerve right there that gets real tight that I can put my finger on it and actually feel it if I put my finger in my eye socket. And so then I went and I did what I shouldn't have done. I went and laid down on my bed. Todd was still in bed, laid down on the bed next to Todd. Next thing you know, she's like, "You're snoring." I fell asleep like full on, and I was so congested, I was snoring in bed. And so then I fell asleep until about 9:30, so maybe 10 o'clock, and then started doing some work on my phone. But I just was not. I mean, just when allergies knock me out, there's like no concentration and nothing helps it. Took some CBD, seeing if that would help it. Nope, nothing, no. So instead, I ended up. I was like, if I'm gonna feel bad, I'm gonna get stuff done. So I went to Target to take back some stuff that I bought, just in and out. Took something to the UPS store that it needed to be returned that I bought online. Ran by my office because my office, all of the plants in the office froze because it got down into the lower 30s, maybe upper 20s even in the office when we had the big outage, and I just haven't thrown the plants away yet. So did all that because we're going to start coming back to the office soon. And drove by our school's new campus just to make sure it's still there. I hadn't seen it in about 3 weeks. And then picked up the kids. But my goodness. Carrie says she's been putting Visine in her eyes all day and she has a headache. The headache is what was killing me. Oh, Mama, you have your second vaccine shot tomorrow at 3:30. Good. Well, I hope that it goes well. I'm sure it will. Sure it will. Glad everyone is getting their shots. If I eat like a pig, does that make me a ham too? My sister is. Monica has the sense of humor for sure. She's just not as vocal about it. You have to catch her in her little sweet moments with that. Anyway, so that was my start of the day. Again, if you're just joining, it is my mama's birthday today. So Todd drove Gracie back from Tampa, spent the first night at a place called the Hitch and Post on Friday night, and then and somewhere in the panhandle of Florida, and then made it all the way almost to Shreveport on Saturday and stayed at a thing called, so there's this program, if you have RV, it's called Harvest Host, and it's a yearly fee. It's like $80 a year or something. And you can stay at all like hundreds of places for free if you're a member of this. And it's not RV parks. It's like wineries, country clubs. In this case, Todd stayed at a plantation. You just pull the RV up and they allow one per night, and you just call ahead and see if they have anyone that's going to be there. You're supposed to try to, like, if it's a museum or a winery or something, like do something that kind of patronizes their business. But because of COVID, everything is closed right now. But they're still kind of letting people in. So they just hung out at like a haunted-ass plantation Saturday night, which he said was very nice and quiet. It was on a river. It was really, really pretty. And then left from there and was here on Sunday at about 1 o'clock. We were timing it so that we would meet him and Mason, because they were together at the storage unit. And Claire was hungry, and so was I. And so we decided to drive through a McDonald's and then get back on the highway. We get back on the highway, and they're literally on the highway next to us at that moment. Didn't even realize it was us either. I was like, I bet that's them. And it was hilarious. The timing was perfect for it. But if you're an RVer, look at that Harvest Host thing. It's really cool what you can do. By the way, did you know that at McDonald's, I don't know if this is in the store or thing. I did it through I always order McDonald's through the app, and then we'll go through the drive-through and pick it up. You just tell them your order number, and then they have it ready for you. Because then I know that they got it right, and I can actually put it. I'm very controlling about making sure my order's right, especially at a fast food place like that. Did you know that you can get 40 chicken McNuggets, 40 chicken McNuggets and 2 large fries for $14? Like, that's crazy to me, because I needed to feed all 4 of us, because I assumed that Todd and Mason hadn't eaten, and it needed to be something that we could just do on the tailgate of the Jeep or whatever. And so 40 chicken McNuggets and large fries for $14. That's crazy to me. Suzanne Carrie Loves Your Name. Belongs in a late 80s, early 90s sitcom with a name like that. It rolls off the tongue with a southern accent. Accent, not accident. Accent. Like a Designing Women. Helen Van Patterson Patton. Wasn't that that was Delta Burke, Suzanne Sugarbaker's alias name. Helen Van Patterson Patton. So other thing, did you see the where did I put that on? I didn't write it down, but I wrote it down over there. That Suez Canal thing. Have you seen that? So the Suez Canal is, I knew what it was. I didn't realize it was as important to the world as it was, though. I'll tell you that. So it connects the Red Sea to the Mediterranean. It goes through Egypt. It's kind of like the Panama Canal, or actually it's identical to the Panama Canal, other than it just connects two different bodies of water. But it carries something like 400, I'm reading where I wrote it down, $400 million worth of merchandise and cargo per hour. Per hour. They finally got that ship, Evermore, I think. Ever Given. It's going to be never getting your stuff is what it was going to be. But they finally got it unblocked and moving again, I think, as of like a couple of hours ago. Crazy. And it was causing backlogs. And then people are like, do we just go around Africa instead? Because that adds 10 days. But they knew at least the 10 days would be the 10 days, whereas they didn't know how long the Suez Canal thing was going to take. But then if you go around Africa, you got the problem with the pirates. How do these pirates get on these boats anyway? Like these big ass, like the size of this thing, this Evermore, Ever Given. This thing, it was like so big. It is so crazy. And just like stacked up. How's a pirate get on that with their little dinghies? And I know there was that movie with Tom Hanks and all that stuff, that true life story about. I did not read it or watch it, but I've seen that. So what are you saying? Suzanne is saying Doug, her husband, has been through it 8 times when he was in the Navy. So he stressed to me what a huge deal it was the second he heard about it. That is crazy. You're never getting your stuff. Well, Karens across the world were intensifying when they were like, my what is going to be late because of what? I don't think so. Does it really affect us? It's more between Asia and Europe, though, right? Like that trade route, that's what it's affecting more. It's not really affecting American stuff, I don't think. Julie is saying he was scratching a wiener. What? That's how he got stuck. I do not know. The Africa route is dangerous. He had to do that once. The fact that we still have pirates, granted, they're not like army hardy pirates. I think, aren't they like Somalian? A lot of them Somalian. That's right. Yeah. He was sketching a wiener, not scratching. I don't know if that makes that comment any better. At least it makes sense. The other one would have been a more interesting story, though. So, did y'all hear? I just saw this right before coming live. So, breaking news. The governor of Florida, Rick DeSantis, something like that. This is news-ish. Keep that in mind. The general facts are correct. The specific facts may or may not be accurate. News-ish. That's my program. That the governor of Florida is going to do an executive order later this week that bans the use of COVID passports. So, like, you can't, like, Disney won't be able to use COVID passports to allow people to go in or not. Restaurants will not be able to. Theaters will not be able to. All of that. It's going to ban the use of COVID passports in the state of Florida. What the fuck? Like, seriously. It just is so weird. And then the other thing is, it's funny how these people who, like this governor, they believe in like the free market and let the market do what it wants to do. And, businesses should be allowed to do what they want to do and blah, 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 until they don't like it. Like, that's what I don't get. Like, it's like trying to have your cake and eat COVID too. Like, I don't get it. And everyone's saying DeSantis is a dick. He's so awful. Carrie's saying she heard the wiener thing too. Like, they were trying to make a dick shape from space. What? Like, draw it with the ship? I don't get that. Like, in a channel? I don't know. I'll have to look at that up. Carrie just checked. Oh, that's what you're saying. Julie's saying that's what I'll have to look that up. That's crazy. She just checked Google domains for. The student has become the teacher now. I tell Carrie, anytime you hear something funny that sticks in your mind, look it up and Google, see if you can get a Google or a domain name for it, a .com for it. Newsish already taken. Man, too bad. Carrie, well, I've got you. Have you heard of this thing called the Peach Truck? I'm seeing people lose their fucking minds about it. My friend Hannah is raving about it. So basically, it is this truck that has like these fabulous peaches on it, supposedly, that under normal circumstances travels America and sells these like fabulously large, juicy, delicious, like amazing peaches, right? And so they've announced the dates of when they're going to be doing the things that they do. I don't know how they're going to do it this time because of social distancing and such. The coloring just got weird on my screen again. Okay, that's better. So they've announced the dates. It's expensive as shit, by the way, for peaches. Those must be some damn good peaches. They're from Georgia. So you do want to do the peach truck. I saw that just today that they announced it. They actually even announced a subscription service where for 8 weeks, you get a box of peaches every week to your house. And it's like $350. And I think it's like 10 peaches each time. $350. Man, that is, I have no idea what a peach costs, honestly. I like peaches. It's not something I like want to eat like that. Like I love peach cobbler. Peach pie. Someone said they were making a peach pie. I can't think I've ever had peach pie. I've had peach cobbler, but not necessarily peach pie. And it's the peachtruck.com, I think is this website for it. Throw it in the comments if you find it, Carrie. But people rave about it. I don't even remember how much it was. Maybe we'll try it. Jackie says, tried it last year. It was during the COVID times and they just had a line outside of people standing apart to get them. And Erica said, I probably haven't eaten 10 peaches in my entire life. I have not eaten 10 peaches as like raw peaches in my life. Like I said, if you got a peach cobbler, I'm gonna be there to eat it. I actually love the flavor of peach. I like peach ice cream. I like peach a lot. I just don't ever think about eating them. Like I love plums too, but I never think to eat a plum. Plus they're messy and all that kind of stuff. The other thing on it is this peach truck thing feels very like social media frenzy to me. Like everyone like, oh, it's just so like it's almost like feigned authenticity, if you will. Like they bring it and it's like old-fashioned-y, that kind of thing. I'm on my last Ziploc bag of frozen peaches from my visits to the Peach Barn in Oklahoma the last 2 summers. My peach cobbler is the best. That's what Carrie says. And I assume you mean subscription service, Jackie. The subscription service was better than the one time. We got both. I was pregnant and desperate. Yeah, oh, you corrected it. If you were pregnant and desperate, it might have been the prescription you needed. That may have been the case. They were not all amazing. They were kind of small. So here's the thing. On the ads, it makes it look like it's the size of a baby's head that you're biting into. I mean, just like you almost have to, like James and the Giant Peach, hold them with 2 hands. And Julie did put in the comments, I can't see on here, I can't click on the comments yet, so I'll check it out in a minute. But if you were so inclined to see them making a dick shape in the Suez Canal, go for it right there. Those of you who have yards, is your yard like the weediest thing ever right now? I swear, I think that the weeds were like, ooh, it was cold. It's our chance to get out there. Everything else is depressed all over the place. And then I've heard, again, yard owning people, this doesn't apply to Carrie and other people who live in high rises, but snakes are really, really bad right now for some reason. Like they're coming out and all of that kind of stuff. Crazy. I spent part of the weekend watching Oprah's Super Soul. I was behind on it, and because half of my household was gone, I was able to watch it. One of the ones I watched was the Chip and Joanna one. So Oprah has this show, for those of you who don't know, it used to be called Super Soul Sunday. Now they just call it Super Soul. And it used to be on her show OWN, and now I think it is only on Discovery Plus, if I'm correct. And so she interviews people, and she does it from her house. Normally, she does it from her forest at her Montecito estate. She has a specific forest that she claims is holy, but she's in Maui right now, so she is doing it from her house in Maui. But they're doing it; they're beaming the other people in. So, like Chip and Joanna were in Waco, but they were on a green screen with the exact same furniture as Oprah, little same side table, table between them, all that kind of stuff. And it looked like they were sitting on the porch in Maui with Oprah. It was so well done. The only reason that you would even know that it was the case is that they kind of make fun of it a couple of times. So Investigation Discovery is running those commercials about Super Soul practically on the loop. It's a good show. Like it's good deep conversations about like how people got inspired, their inspiration, their thoughts. It gets into a little godliness in places, not really religion. Like Joanna was saying, she's like, I have a very strong relationship with God, but I'm not particularly religious, and don't tie me to a specific church. I thought that was interesting. And then Oprah this weekend, I texted Carrie about this. Oprah announced that she's got a new subscription service, which I'm 100% going to sign up for $50 a year. It's called Oprah Daily. You get you get the magazine because they're going to a quarterly magazine. You get the magazine, which right there, that's like $30 of it. You get like private events, like online stuff, private, you and a million other people. But the genius of that, so $50 a year. So if she literally only gets 1 million people to sign up, we all know that that's an underestimation of how many people she's going to get. $50 million. Man, that is crazy to me. Jackie says that wine was not an option during her pregnancy, and they were not the size of a baseball. It was like a slightly larger than a tennis ball, maybe. Interesting. Well, maybe we'll try it, Carrie. We'll try it together. How about that? Let's see. I had one last thing on my list. Someone sent me some information about. It's called Cards Against Disney. Are you familiar with Cards Against Humanity? I assume that most of you are. There's a Disney version, a very adult or maybe X-rated version that's all Disney inspired, Disney stuff. I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, so, I got a mouth. I mean, y'all know that. I can, and sometimes I say things that are borderline crude, offensive, those types of things. That game, Cards Against Humanity, I can't play it. It embarrasses me, and that's a very difficult task. I am so embarrassed by that game. Like I'm embarrassed part of the time because of the thoughts coming out of my head. I'm embarrassed some of the time because that someone else said something that was just so like crude and vulgar and stuff. They're always hilarious. Like I'm nervous. I'm literally like the whole time. Half of it is just the anticipation of what's going to come up. It makes me so nervous to watch, to play that game. And so I don't think that I'm going to be okay with Cards Against Disney. I don't want to be calling Minnie Mouse a hoe. I just can't go there with that. Do y'all have that game? Mike is saying that Monica loves everything Disney. She does. She does. Oh. Okay, is there anything else that I had on my list to talk about? I think that was it today, y'all. Let me look at the comments. So on Gracie, I am going to, so we listed Bernadette already on rvtrader.com, and we've already gotten like 500 views of that, and like 10 people saying they want to see her. None of it's panned out yet. I do have an appointment on Saturday with a friend who wants to use her for like a mobile dressing room kind of thing. But other than that, I don't know what's going to happen. But I have to be there on Saturday, so I might film something. I might go. I don't know. It's the thing about it is I want to show it off to y'all. So it may wait until we go out in about 2 weeks. I think we're going on maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I can't remember what weekend it is, because I got to get it out. Got to get the slides out. I want to put the pillows that came with are hideous. RV interior design, especially the fabrics specifically, are just the worst. The worst. So I want to get it kind of gussied up a little bit more for y'all. So anything that y'all asked me, said, or whatever that I have not hit today. Again, it is my mama's birthday, so everyone wish my mama a happy birthday. Hope that you have a great night, whatever you're doing. I didn't see that did you answer that? I don't see that you did what y'all are doing. If y'all are just going to hang out, you want to sleep, get some beauty rest for your COVID vaccine tomorrow. And okay, well, that's all I got then. I love you. It's important to know you are loved. I love that you watched this. Thank you for the therapy. Oh, I'm cutting it short. My OGP is not very empty yet. So, alrighty, and I will see you tomorrow at 4:30 for another episode of Cooped Up Live, should I say. Don't forget to go to my website, coopedup.com, and sign up for my email. I'm going to be sending out how I make these gorgeous, super easy marbled Easter eggs. You'll love it. Alrighty, see you tomorrow. Bye.